Hey guys, Jessica from Wandering Tent, and I am home in South Carolina. There's my house behind me, and it is full-on spring here. I miss my daffodils blooming. That's sad. But I have lots and lots and lots of work to do. I will be very busy, I'm sure. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know if you can see my flower beds, but all around the house is river rock, and the flower beds are an absolute disaster. So that's probably going to be the first line of business, aside from a little bit of work on the RV, because we're working on selling that.
I can climb through the window.
I'm not even sure that I can call this a flower bed. It's more like a weed bed. Here's a rose, and there's some rosemary. We planted junipers and azaleas in hopes that they would grow in and fill this area, but that hasn't happened yet. So it is absolutely beautiful today. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's warm, but not too warm. And so I'll probably work on this today, at least the area here by the door that we use the most. Here's Reggie, my niece's cat. Reggie's looking a little rough these days. So we'll be working on that. We'll be working on painting some doors. We'll be working on a lot of things. See, the back door needs some TLC. And here's the bed over here. Yep, I got my work cut out for me. There's an RV over there. We've been in South Carolina now for a few days. We had a safe trip home from West Virginia. We did have a little bit of an event. We were about an hour into our trip. We left our apartment about 7 a.m. 6:45. We stopped and got gas. Well, 8 o'clock, we're on the interstate, and I don't even know what my husband said, but I'm like, what's wrong? He pulls off to the side of the road. He's like, the transmission's gone. And I'm like, oh my. We were only an hour into our trip. So he pulls over. I guess some transmission fluid came out, and, you know, of course all that was smoking because the fluid smokes. And he's like, well, let's just go ahead and let it cool off. And he checked the fluid, and we still had plenty of fluid. And then we let it cool off for a while. We pulled back on the interstate, and then got off at the next exit, and, you know, went to use the restroom, and he checked the fluid again, and he's like, well, do you want to see what happens? And I was like, sure. Although on the side of the road, I had already escalated it to, we were going to have to get a U-Haul truck and move the stuff out of the trailer into the truck. And we were going to have to rent a dolly. And by the grace of God, we made it all the way home with no problems at all. And I am just very thankful. Very, very thankful. So if anybody prayed for traveling mercies for us, I thank you. We made it home without a hitch, and my car's been running fine. So I don't know if just between the load of the trailer and going, you know, up the mountains was just too much. You know, the RPMs are running too high. I don't know. I'm a nurse. I'm not a mechanic. But the car's been running fine, and I'm very, very thankful. This Honda's been very good to us. We now have 216 I just totally messed that up. We have over 200,000 miles on it. 216,000 miles. I don't know why I couldn't put that together a second ago. So I'm just all around thankful. So we got home on Friday evening. Our 8-hour trip took us over 10 hours. We were exhausted. And so pretty much the entire weekend, we've been cleaning and unpacking. My niece has been living in the house, and she's working on moving out. And so it's been kind of a mesh of both of our stuff, ours coming in and hers going out. And it feels like there's a lot going on. But we've gotten out the yard. I've been picking weeds, and Jay got the girls, one girl on the lawnmower, and then Juliet came up and she wanted to weed eat, so he got her on the weed eater, and you'll see it in the video. And yes, my daughter was weed eating without pants on. I'm sorry, but he did put safety goggles on her, so that's a good thing. I don't know if I'll put the clip of Jalen on the lawnmower, because she was very, very angry with me for taking video of her. So she might not end up in the video, but she was on the tractor cutting the grass, cutting our grass for the first time. She's cut grass at her grandparents' house before on the zero turn, but this is the first time of her cutting grass in our yard. She did a great job. Juliet did a great job with the weed eater. Jay's been out pressure washing the RV. We've actually had 3 or 4 people that are interested in coming to look at it. So our hope is that we will go ahead and sell it, especially since we're not using it. I mean, it's just sitting in the driveway, and we're not going to be traveling for the next foreseeable future. I really don't know what's going to happen, because right now I'm just enjoying my home, and I just want to stay in one spot for a little bit. And I get kind of tired of trying to figure out what the future holds. And in my version, the version in my head is never exactly what happens. If you're a planner, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. So I just need to take a chill pill and enjoy things that are going on right now. And that's what I'm doing. I went to the hospital and did like some, employee type stuff, pre-employee type stuff that I had to do. And I got to see some nurses that I've known for years and years. I mean, these guys have known me since I was a baby nurse. Like, I started in the hospital system when I was actually a senior in high school. I was working through to 11 as a patient care tech. And, I went through nursing school, got married, had kids. So these guys have known me through all of that, which is kind of neat. So it really is coming home. So I'm excited. I'm excited about going back to my home hospital. And I'm excited about some of the stuff that we're going to do at the house. On a homesteading bent, we went to Tractor Supply the other day because I wanted to see what kind of chicks they had. And I thought they had a pretty good variety. They had Americanas and Barred Rocks, and I can't remember what the red brand. Rhode Island Reds. They said they had Cornish hens, but they must have been out of those. We talked about buying some, but I had to do some adulting. I'm not getting paid probably to the end of the month. And my husband's like, well, you know, he brought up the budget, so we didn't come home with any chickens, but we did pull out like our old feeders, and Jalen washed them, and I've been kind of going back to the chicken coop and looking at stuff. There's some pieces that need to be replaced. There's some rotten wood that Jay has to work on. So of course the chicks aren't going to go right in the coop. They'll go in a brooder in the garage. But kind of looking at all that stuff and planning, and I like to have a variety of chickens. I've been kind of going back and forth and like looking on Pinterest and reading people's blogs and things about, you know, which chickens I should get. And I don't know, I really like the color of the Americanas. What is it? I think black Marans that lay the really, really dark brown eggs. I think those are really pretty. So I don't know, I might buy them from Tractor Supply, or I might buy some from a hatchery. I haven't really decided. Yeah, that's kind of where we are and what we've been doing. I've still got a lot of yard work to work on. I've already like started my compost bin. I am headed to run some errands, and hopefully I'm gonna pick up some dirt, and I want to start some more tomato seeds. And I'm just really excited about being home for right now. I'm excited about getting out in the yard and doing some stuff, because it feels like it's been forever. In actuality, it's really only been 2 years, but you know, one of those years we spent in the RV, and then the second year we spent in an apartment. So I'm just really excited to have a house and a yard again. I'm probably gonna paint some walls and paint some cabinets and grow some stuff. And I will tell you one thing I have not missed about home: the traffic. I only had to go 2 miles down the road to experience the traffic. That part's not fun. But I'm at the store. I'm gonna run in and grab some things, and I'll see y'all later.